Hi guys, we're back again in Ellie's kitchen. I had some leftover cabbage, so I'm gonna do my own recipe of stovetop stuffed cabbage. Okay, now you're gonna need the cabbage, of course. You're gonna need your meat, your ground beef, or ground chicken, or ground turkey, or whatever you like. But it should be ground. Uncooked rice if you want, that's optional. I'm not using rice on mine today. You're gonna need 1 egg, you're gonna need 1 large chopped onion, half for the sauce and half for the meat. This is an extra large, so I'm not gonna use that much. You're gonna use tomato sauce for both the meat and the sauce. So you're gonna use 8 ounces for the meat and 8 ounces for the sauce. You're gonna need 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and crushed crackers or breadcrumbs. For the sauce, again, I told you 1 8-ounce of tomato sauce, 1 chopped tomato, half of the chop of the onions is going to go in the sauce. A half a teaspoon of minced garlic, or you can use the jar. Or you could use the garlic powder. You're going to use also 1 teaspoon of light brown sugar, 2 packs of chicken broth dissolved in 2 cups of warm water, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of balsamic vinaigrette or balsamic vinegar. Okay, so that's what you're gonna need for your ingredients. So now I cut up the onions, I chopped it up, and I'm gonna put some in here in my meat, and some in the bowl, some in the pot where I'm gonna do the sauce. Okay, now I tell you this is not a large onion, this is an extra large onion. So I'm not gonna use this extra onions. Now this is optional. This is from my garden, my recao. I washed it, and that's optional. You could take this, chop it up, and this is going to go in the sauce. So it's going to go in the pot. Okay. Okay. So that part is done. Now, normally you would take the let me clean my hands, I'm sorry. Normally you would take your cabbage and you cut around the core of the cabbage. Once you cut around the core of the cabbage with a sharp knife, you're going to remove that core. And with a tongue, you're going to You're gonna put it in boiling water. You're gonna have a pot ready. You're gonna put it to water, to boil. You're gonna put it there for 6 minutes on one side, and then you're gonna turn it over, and you're gonna put it 6 minutes on the other side until it's tender. Then you're gonna remove it out of the pot, and you're gonna set it aside in a bowl so it could cool off. Right? Any remains of the lettuce, you could chop it up and you could put it in your sauce. So then on the ground beef, you're gonna add the chopped onions like I did. You're gonna add the tomato sauce. You're gonna add the tomato sauce, 6 ounces. You're gonna add the garlic powder. The garlic powder is, like I said, 2 teaspoons, sorry. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. One, 2. You're gonna also add I'm sorry, I have to look back. A half a teaspoon of salt. You take the salt, a half a teaspoon. You add that to that. Next, you're gonna add the 1 egg. In the bag here, we're gonna do this later. Okay, so in the ground beef, we already added the chopped onions, we added the tomato sauce, we added the garlic powder, the egg, the salt, and pepper. So we gotta add pepper to that. Pepper is a half a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper. I don't like too much pepper because, oh boy. Yeah. Okay. I add a little bit less because my husband's not too crazy of black pepper. Now, the crackers. Take the crackers. And I put them in here. In the sandwich bag. You could crush it with a bottle or with anything you have. And we're gonna add this to the mix. You can add green peppers to this if you want to. I'm actually out of green peppers, so I'm not adding none. And you're gonna blend this all together to combine, to incorporate everything. For this, you may need to use your hands, okay? You can season the meat whichever way you want. Now I'm gonna mix this more later. I'm just gonna put it aside. Let me wash my hands. Okay guys, I'm back. Now for the sauce. Take this out. For the sauce, you're gonna add the 8 ounces of tomato sauce. Remember, we put the onions in here already. And my recao. My chopped tomatoes. The 2 garlic cloves or half a teaspoon of your minced garlic. A half a teaspoon of your light brown sugar. Now if you have the envelope beef broth, you dissolve that in 2 cups of warm water. Or if you have this, you dissolve this is 1 tablespoon. Now the water's not hot anymore, so it's not gonna, this doesn't dissolve like the powder. 2 tablespoons. And you're gonna pour it in there. And I add 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of salt. And your balsamic vinaigrette, 1 tablespoon. Now this here, you could put it to shimmer for a little bit. I'm gonna stir it. Because I want everything to incorporate. Meanwhile we do that, we take the cabbage. And you cut that fat membrane, this fat membrane, you cut it out. See this extra piece? You can add that to the sauce. Extra piece to the sauce. This is small, I don't know if I'm going to use it, but you can make some mini ones. Of course, I'm making a mess here. Okay guys, so I cut up as much as I could. And to this meat, I am going to add just a little bit of sazón with cilantro and achiote. Just a little bit. And I think that's it, because you know what? That has sauce, that has sauce to it, salt, the liquid. I'm gonna lower that a little. Okay, now you're gonna take your cabbage. This one is small. And you're gonna form it and you're gonna put it in the middle here. And you're going to flap this end this way. You're going to flap the other end this way. I did this wrong, guys. I'm sorry. We want to do it this way. We're going to flap this end this way. We're going to flap this end this way. And we're going to roll it. Now, this cabbage is kind of small. So for this cabbage, I got to use less meat. This is a small one. Okay. Flap it, and roll it. Like that. You're gonna put these down, facing down. Let me get a plate. Okay, so depending on the size of your cabbage leaf, you're gonna determine how much you're gonna put in each one. You're gonna have different sizes because they're different sizes of leaf. Now I used the bigger ones yesterday for my pasteles. Make it into a ball and then roll it so it could be a little long. Put it in the center here. You're gonna flap this over. Flap this over. And turn. Put the side down that has the opening. This is a nice one. Again, make it into a ball. I'm going to add a little more to this one because that's big. Flap this end over. And roll. Okay guys, so I decided I'm only doing 8 of them, only because it's just my husband and myself. And so I don't want to do too much. Let me wipe this down so I can show you what we're gonna do. I turned that off while I was wrapping these because I didn't want it to dry up. So you see, this is basically how it is right now, but it's going to get more thicker. And you're going to put it carefully in there without getting burned. So I'm going to use these. With this facing down, you're going to put it in there. Okay. And you're gonna cook these for an hour. You're gonna cover them, and a half an hour through your cooking, you're gonna come back and check on them. And basically, that's what you want. Okay, when it gets done, I'll be back. See you in an hour. Hi guys, we're back. An hour later. Now remember I told you you're gonna put it as low as you can to cook it for on the shimmer for like an hour. And so this is what it looks like. And there you got it. Stuffed cabbage. Please comment, like, and share. Thank you. Bye.